between now and then, but we welcome to the program the mayor of Biloxi, Mayor Fofo Gillich. Good to see you there, Mayor. How you doing today?
I'm great, Gerard. Great to be here on SuperTalk. Just normal Monday morning, but it's always exciting to be here with you.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you joining us. We wanted to first get your take on the sales tax collections that your city is enjoying. I believe we're setting new records right now, right?
I think for a month, but we've been over the last 28 months been in record territory. So it's a reflection of the amount of just gross business we're doing. I think it's about 28 months in a row, it's exceeded $1 million. That's our diversion. But you know what the good news about that is? I think our diversion, which is 18.5 cents, was about 1.4 million. But that was about 6 million of the sales tax that was generated. It stayed at the state of Mississippi. So we made
Right.
1.4, and the state made 6 million. So,
Yeah.
but it's a reflection of times and so forth. But these numbers, numbers are our friend. They never lie. So it's a reflection, I think, of good business from our part.
Yeah. So just for the benefit of our audience, folks, municipalities where the transactions take place receive a diversion from the state. All sales taxes are collected by merchants, remitted to the state. I believe it's 18.4, 18.5% of that is diverted back to the cities. That's primary source of revenue for municipalities to operate. So, Mayor, also you receive revenue from property taxes. And just looking at cities across the state, some cities receive more in property taxes than sales taxes and vice versa. How does it work in Biloxi? Does most of your revenue come from sales taxes?
A big part of it. Of course, we've got gaming here too, so it's all wrapped into the reasons. But we've been able to kind of keep what we can keep down as far as ad valorem taxes. The percentage that's paid on your house, on your personal property and car tags, has not been changed in 20-something years, 28 years. That millage has remained the same. So, and that's a result of factors, increase in of course, assessed valuation. That's what drives the numbers, but also just pure business. That 1.4 million and the 6 million is derived on about $108 million in sales for that month. So, those dollars collected when you go have a meal or a drink or whatever. That's what that $7.6 million that goes to the state, and then they divert about 1.4. So there are a lot of winners in the situation. Business is good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'll say, Mayor, I've been a visitor to your area a few times this year, most recently for the Mississippi Municipal League. I think you and I talked then. Right. But everything looks great. I mean, Mississippi Gulf Coast, Biloxi, Gulfport, across the entire Tri-County area, everything just looks fantastic. I mean, it just looks like it's poised to continue to grow economically.
I think so. We're very fortunate. It's safe, friendly, and beautiful. That's what you experience, and it takes money to keep that. Keep the roads, the beautification. Safety, a big thing.
Yeah.
And people are not afraid, and they know that they will enjoy, visiting our coast and visiting, the things that we have to offer. And one place to the other, just like when cruising is coming up in a few short weeks, we're getting into a mode of preparing for cruising, spend those $200,000-300,000 extra to make it spiffy, and make sure that when you come down, we sit on the town green, we'll have some enjoyable things to talk about.
Yeah, what a great event. So I know we got that one coming up. In October, I believe, is Cruisin the Coast. Right. So what else do you got on the boards in terms of events in Biloxi or across the coast? What's up?
We got baseball coming up right now. We're trying to get to a playoff situation and just just everything that you can think about. Of course, the heat is kind of a record time, but I guess 1980s is when the last time they hit this. But every weekend there's some sort of festival or event, and it's exciting times.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you play golf, Jordan, but we've got coming up here is I think our 48th Slavic Invitational Golf Tournament. We're talking about 400 2-man teams coming up and playing on the 4 golf courses. So that's coming up on the 23rd.
Yeah, I do. I know that's a big event.
One thing I can talk about, I think this is sort of official. My heritage, our heritage is a lot of Croatian, community here. We're excited to welcome the president of Croatia on the 23rd of September. So he's going to be in town to address in New York City for the United Nations General Assembly. And over the years, we've had, the ambassador has visited Biloxi and visited our neighboring Croatian, Belchase, Louisiana. But it's going to be official. He's going to come directly from the United Nations General Assembly on the 23rd for a little reception. So if you find yourself down here, maybe I can introduce you to the president of Croatia.
That's awesome.
Historic. So we're
that's
excited
awesome.
about that.
Very cool. So also, Mayor, we got kids back in school as well, right?
I think so. I think everybody's kind of adjusted their schedule as far as you and I. We're young. We go after Labor Day, but that's not the case now. And some adjustments that are being made. I know I can remember those 2-a-day football practices in August. Well, none of this heat, and they've had a few jamborees this past weekend, but shortly we'll be in the middle of football. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, no doubt, it's big time. So we just came off of primaries here. As you're well aware, in the state of Mississippi, we got general elections coming up, and then right after that, we'll seat a new legislature, new statewide leaders. They'll be in session a couple of days after the New Year's. Anything in particular, Mayor, that you're looking to accomplish in the next legislative term from a municipality perspective, or specific to Biloxi?
We do. We have, as far as the mix of things that are determined and considered. Of course, infrastructure. We're trying to get some new links to the across the Pops Ferry Bridge over Highway 90. That we call it the Pops Ferry extension. Different opportunities to improve our infrastructure so people can get down here, and that would also result in more sales tax and more gaming and higher ad valorem assessed values. But that we enhance our waterfront and make it the accessibility. I think you've probably seen that little about a 1 mile stretch of the boardwalk that we added between Oak Street. We're trying to do probably another 1 mile in this session, and through various grants. But we want to just keep pushing and keep putting that investment into the visitation opportunities. The boardwalk, everybody, we'd hope we could walk from Ocean Springs Bridge to the Bay St. Louis Bridge with regard to keeping sand on the beach. And I think we proved that little pilot program to keep the sand on the beach where it belongs. But we're going to be cleaning those places where, for cruising specifically. So we're, those projects will enhance accessibility and then just the whole quality of experience for our visitors and our citizens.
Yeah. Before we go here, got a couple of minutes left. Do you interface a lot, Mayor, with the casino management down there? They're such a big part of your economy. And what do they say? What kind of feedback you getting these days?
We kind of address. We used to have a pretty regularly monthly meeting, but we are now and then. There's just different challenges that will be coming up. Everybody's kind of looking where things could be in a year or 2 years from now, but and just as far as legislative things. Of course, sports betting a few years back was a big thing. Now mobile betting is hot on their radar and some of the other opportunities. But we do try to gather up at City Hall at least once a month. But I have almost all of the GM's telephone numbers memorized. But if something pops or they need anything, I mean, it's a big part of their success. And again, on the coast, as far as the generation of that revenue. Let me divert a little bit. We're probably going to do it the third year in a row of $1 billion in gross gaming revenue.
Wow.
That generates, about $120 million in tax. Where the first $80 million goes is right to the state of Mississippi. Okay, and then the public safety and education benefits after that, and then what we have to do to support. One little perspective of that: we've got 49,872 people in town as far as citizens. But at any one point in time, $4.3 million, 4.3 million visitors a year, divided into 7,000 hotel rooms, and we're more like 100,000 people, and we have to support. We have to, so that's something that's not in the metrics.
That's a good
business
point.
Opportunity. Got to drive that home. We're a little bit stronger in generally what we have to do as a city to be successful, so you can have a good time when you come down here. That
makes total sense.
People don't like that. So.
Yep. Appreciate it, Mayor. Always good to talk to you, sir. I'm sure we'll be seeing you soon, certainly at Cruising the Coast. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, man. Great.
We're coming right back.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming right back.